going on, everyone? This is Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. I'm Shells.
Kev, 8 Count Sports.
Yes, sir. And this is UFC 273. This is a stacked card.
Very. Night of main event.
Card. Beautifully said. Night of main events. There's more than one people's main event on this card.
Absolutely.
But this is the prediction show. You know how we do it. Let's start with the very first bout. Championship bout. Kevin, take it away, bro.
Championship bout. Well, the championship. I'm gonna have to pull a executive decision right now. I'm gonna have to make an executive decision right now. What are you talking about? We going They telling me that Volkanovski fight is the main event and the Sterling fight is the co-main event. We all know that's not facts. so we're gonna go with the actual main event. We starting with the actual. Let's be real about this.
I mean,
because that's Volkanovski fight. I don't know. I feel a way about that fight. So I think we should
saying
the actual main event.
Man, Henry Cejudo. I mean,
whoa. Which topic we going into first? Which fight are we going into first?
Could you imagine if he was on that card? Like,
so
the Korean zombie. Yeah, say it again.
I said so many questions.
So many questions, bro. Basically, like I don't know what makes me feel more upset. This Henry Cejudo not fighting Volkanovski, or Covington and Masvidal not fighting for the BMF when they had their their bout. I don't know what upsets. Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying I don't know what upsets me more personally. I don't know what upsets me more personally.
Oh, there's no legacy. Well, personally, okay, but there's no legacy behind that BMF belt. Yeah, there's only one champion so far. we had the opportunity.
But that's every legacy got to start somewhere. But
bro, we had the opportunity to see our first ever 3-division champ. Yeah. Our first ever, and that makes me. What's going on? What's going on? To be fair, what's going on?
To be fair, let's be fair. I'd rather have seen that fight too, but you can't just say I'm retiring just like that, pull her up from under the UFC's feet and thinking we'll be rewarded for that.
It's happened before.
But at the same, who?
GSP. He came back and fought after 2 years. He came back and fought Bisbing and won the belt and then went back into retirement. Did the same thing. That was the argument that was made earlier. Did the same thing.
When he retired, was he already established?
Huh?
But was he already had established his legacy? Henry was in the middle of his situation right now. He doesn't have the same clout as GSP.
It don't. Well, talk about GSP is not a 2-division champion. He's one of the greatest.
GSP is still considered one of the GOATs.
And Cejudo's on his way there. He's sure ballot Hall of Fame.
On his way there, but GSP was already there when he made that move, bro. He already had leverage.
Wait. But he was still on the contract with the UFC. They didn't have to give him that fight. He wasn't champion.
It's how it affects Dana, bro. Let's be real. Like, you can't just.
Go ahead. My fault.
You can't just the way Henry just came out the blue and said, I'm retiring, and you know it was a money move. Like, you could tell it was a money move. Like, yo, if I want to fight, he said, if you want me to, you know the price. Dana knows my number. No one completely retired and then says the boss knows my number. Okay, so if I'm gonna retire from somewhere, I don't say, hey yo, I'm leaving the job. Hey, but you know my number. That's a negotiation move.
It is, but at the same time, don't tell us.
But that's my point. So once when you do that, you're still in the game. You put yourself in a kind of you have now created a chess game with your employer now, because you're not retiring for real. You're trying to make it a negotiation ploy. So you don't think he's gonna bring that same attitude to the table to actually get the fight?
He just might. I mean, but at the same time, look. No, he'll bring the same attitude to the table. I agree with all of that you're saying, absolutely. But that's not the statement from Dana White. Dana White is telling us that there's other people more deserving. He can't just cut the line, and that's where
He
I
does
have
a point. He does have a point.
What point? Who's in the main event right now?
Here's the thing.
The main event right now is Korean Zombie right now, who is 7-5 in the UFC. That's 500. He winning and losing fights, back and forth. That's not more deserving than Henry Cejudo. What are you telling? I mean, not you, but don't give us that. If you're gonna tell me there's somebody in the line, they could have given it to Rodriguez that just beat Zombie. They could have Ortega obviously is on the shelf, and you got Max Holloway. All of these people are out, and all of them are ahead of Korean Zombie. And the last time Korean Zombie fought Ortega, he got smoked. So if you're gonna tell me, huh?
You just said, but Ortega's on the shelf. He already had his chance.
Okay.
Holloway is out. Like, what are you gonna do?
Out, and he came back in. He came back into wanting to be a replacement.
But bro, what
I'm saying to you, but the option, but Cejudo was an option. They didn't even look into it. They just told us he can't cut the line.
It was but we know why. We know why though. We know why though. We know why. I'm not saying it's fair, but we know why.
Wait, let him get to.
I'm not saying it's fair, but we know why. Well, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. When Cejudo says, "I'm retiring," Dana, you know my number. That's what you call a power move, and with power moves come risk. And this is we're seeing the risk.
Okay.
This is it right here. Obviously, of course, they can do whatever they want. Obviously, he could legit be the next contender for him versus Volkanovski is just as legit, historic, legacy, and legitimacy. It all plays a part for that bout. But what I'm saying is this: Cejudo made a power move, and he failed. That's all it is. That's what this is.
Wait a second. But what about?
I'm not saying it's right, but it is what it is.
What about what's best for business? If you have somebody on the cusp of doing, you have a time out as an organization. If you're going to be
best for business, you got to put the other fighters in line, bro.
Hold on. At the end of the day, they claim that they're promoters and they run the company, right? If you're promoting fighters and you have an opportunity to basically have a superstar in your hands that's a 3-division world champion, that's best for business, no? Or are we going to be petty? It sounds like they being petty and they being cheap. It's an opportunity that's best for business. That can bring in more money. That's another person on the roster. You giving me Korean Zombie right now. You could have Cejudo. Look at these matchups. Cejudo against Holloway. Cejudo against Ortega. Like, that's a whole different weight class. You could have him go back down weight classes. You could have him fight Figueroa in them. He could be a simultaneous champion, bro. If you're gonna be a promoter,
Kev, everything you said is 100% right. This is the best fight business-wise, and this is the best fight for the fans. This is the best fight for the sport. This is the best fight for the industry. I agree with you with all of that. Yeah. But again, what I'm saying is, we all know the reason why it's not happening. Cejudo made a power move. Yeah, you could throw that in. Yeah, of course.
All right.
But it's based on Cejudo's power move. He made a power move. He failed. And Dana White is exercising his petty side, but it is what it is. But it is what we're both gonna watch it. Everybody watching this show is gonna watch it, so it is what it is. And I'm not saying it's not gonna be a good fight, because Zombie is no joke. He is no joke.
That's potential to be a good fight.
But they're here to make the predictions, and
we might as well stay on this subject. We're gonna have this. This is
what do you mean?
Predictions on this fight first.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna definitely that's hey. I was just gonna throw out mine right now.
Bad.
Okay, like you said, out of all the potential contenders that Volkanovski has his disposal, Korean Zombie is among the iffy ones. It'll be a good fight, but it's like you're already expecting.
Foregone.
It's like he's getting his shot. It's like an honorary shot. He's getting his honorary shot.
Right.
But this is MMA. As I say this is a disclaimer. This is MMA. Anything can happen. We saw between Nunes and you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and my girl Pena.
Right.
So that being said, I see a war,
Okay.
but I still see Volkanovski outclassing the Korean Zombie, and I see him beating the Korean Zombie honorary. I want to say third round, but I'm gonna give the Korean Zombie a well-deserved benefit of the doubt. Fourth round TKO. I'm gonna say he's gonna make it to the championship rounds.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a TKO, and the victor's gonna go to Volkanovski.
Volkanovski. That's what's up. That's what's
That's
up.
what I believe. There's gonna be a war though.
I like it. Good prediction. Solid prediction. I think it'll go to every time. Like when I look at Korean Zombie's resume, it says gatekeeper. It says gatekeeper. Like every time he steps up in class, whether it be Ortega, Yair Rodriguez, he comes up short. Even though some of them are entertaining and everything like that. It reminds me of Anthony Pettis, just entertaining it, but not quite.
It gets nowhere. Yeah,
really, crack that top tier.
That glass ceiling. It's called the glass ceiling, man.
You know what I'm saying? But he's getting a chance. When I look at his fighting style, he has a unique fighting style in the sense that he's patient. Like he'll stay in front of you and he can hit. So Volkanovski could get tagged, but the thing with Volkanovski, and I'm gonna touch it with Peter Yan a little later, is that Volkanovski, the great fighters, whether it's boxing or MMA, they have, even when they do get in trouble, no matter what the obstacle is, they know how to make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? They can weather the storm and make adjustments. And what I've seen from
and Volkanovski proving that, not to cut you off, sorry about that. Volkanovski proved that versus Ortega.
Yeah, exactly. Go on, brother. Multiple adjustments against Ortega. Yeah. Multiple. Mm-hmm. And when you watch Ortega fight Korean Zombie, and a few other fighters fight Korean Zombie in his losses, he doesn't make his adjustments. Like when things are going good, they're going good. But when things start to go bad, he doesn't make it. It's like he's fighting the same way. It's like a steady, steep down. And I think that's what's gonna happen in this fight. Volkanovski's gonna carry the fight. It'll go 5 because Korean Zombie is tough. So it'll be a decision, but it'll be like a showcase. I think it'll be a showcase. Takedowns. Volkanovski will have his way in the fight. So we both lean the same way on this.
Okay, gotcha.
Even if it's a storm and Volkanovski gets hurt, which could happen, I think, because if you watch, what's the name is dangerous, Korean Zombie, like he's dangerous in spots. Yeah. I think Volkanovski.
Hence the name Korean Zombie.
Huh?
Hence the name Korean Zombie.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Volkanovski will weather it and then make the proper adjustments and carry the fight from there on. So
gotcha.
Volkanovski in 5.
All right. Yeah. So we both got Volkanovski, but you got him after a 5-round decision, and I got him after a 4-round TKO decision. All right, let me step back a bit. This bout is the one I've been the most excited for. But ever since the disqualification of Peter Yan, this was the fight I was most excited for. Ever since that. All the bouts in between, yes, I've wanted to see them, but this is the one I've been craving for. And I'm gonna let you go first, Kevin.
You're gonna let me go first?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the name of this episode is episode 18, Proving Grounds. And through this whole card, it sounds like a lot of people we just talked about the Korean Zombie. He has something to prove. Like he's not a gatekeeper. He has an opportunity to do something. He has something to prove, definitely. And when you talk about proving grounds or somebody having something to prove, Sterling has something to prove. The champion comes into the fight. The champion with something to prove, a whole lot to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Chip on the shoulder.
Chip on his shoulder. I'm gonna keep it 100 on this fight. I like Sterling. He's American with Jamaican roots. I can relate. I was pulling for him last fight. I'm actually pulling for him this fight. But there's no way, I don't think anybody, if you saw the first fight, you understand that I can't see him winning this fight. First of all, he hasn't fought since. He actually went through a neck surgery since that fight. And then there's another thing too. There's another aspect to it. I was watching the what's that they got on the UFC puts out? It's like the countdown, and it was talking about
Okay.
He was talking about when he was headed to the ring. He said when he fought the last time, it was like a quiet environment because of COVID. What was it in Abu Dhabi or whatever?
Yeah.
And he was talking
those
about how
COVID
quiet
bouts?
it was. And bro, I'm gonna give you an analogy. If me and you fought right now in a room,
Yeah.
and I beat you down, Nobody else saw it, but I beat you down. If we had to fight again after that, now nobody saw that fight, but we had to fight again after that, both me and you would know what it was. And it's one thing for me to know that I can beat you, but when you're on the other side of that and you know this guy can beat you, I think that's kind of demoralizing, bro. And this is his first fight, no tune-up coming back into the ring. I don't. It's a big obstacle, a big hurdle, bro. I don't think he can overcome that. His bread and butter, speaking of Sterling Aljo, is his pace. That early pace where he just overwhelms people. You saw it with Sandhagen. Sandhagen was choked out before anybody knew what happened. Like, that's his bread and butter. And like I spoke about Volkanovski, Peter Yan's bread and butter is to weather the early storm. He starts slow, figures you out in his breakdown time. And when I seen Benjamin in that, I can't imagine him being in better shape now than he was then. Like, it was flaws all over the place once he started to fatigue. I think he's gonna gas. I think this time around, I think it's gonna be doubt. I feel like he's gonna have doubt. He's gonna gas, and I think I can see Peter Yan landing something this time. I'm pretty sure he's watching tape, looking at tendencies, because that's what happens when you get tired. Your tendencies start to show up. Those bad habits show up. Okay. Fighting on instinct, and I think he's gonna get caught at most likely a high kick, the same way he caught Uriah Faber. Like, he's gonna get caught and he'll likely get stopped.
Done, bro.
Yeah, third round, late third, early fourth.
So basically, it's going the same way as the first fight.
Yeah.
You're basically saying it's gonna
the first fight was gonna be rounds, right?
Yeah, but
I think a little shorter.
Wow, you're not even respecting his cardio this time.
Bro, he's been out. Who has he fought since? All he did was have a surgery since. Why would I expect him to be better?
Good point.
I'm giving you logics, no emotion, bro.
No, I get it.
I just don't see that. I can't see anybody. I don't know how anybody could see it just going any other way. But go ahead.
Aside from the ring rust, when I saw that first fight, this is what I saw that I don't think a lot of people gave Sterling enough credit for. Peter Yan does not want to see him on the ground. He does not want to see him on the ground. Sterling can out-grapple him easily. Sterling can out-wrestle. Peter Yan's in the first fight. Peter Yan's had sufficient takedown defense, but Sterling was catching him too. I believe what was Sterling's biggest mistake in the first fight was taking too much. He was wasting too much time trying to strike with Peter Yan instead of shooting for those takedowns. And I believe he's gonna learn from his mistake. And I feel that he's gonna go more heavy ground game this time, and this is gonna really throw Peter Yan's game off. And I think it's gonna be the big surprise, upset special. Sterling. I'm like, whenever you're done, I'm laughing.
I'm listening. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me on this side.
All right, you're right. You're right.
I'm being quiet. You go ahead.
Absolutely right. Sterling, it has to be a third round submission because I will give you this. Peter Yan's gas tank is way more efficient, but I feel the strategy change is really gonna throw Yan's game off because Yan cannot out-grab him. Say it again.
Strategy change, you said?
It gotta be strategy. It can't be the first. It cannot be. If we see the exact same thing, that means he learned nothing. But from what I see from the first bout, I saw a guy who wanted to make sure, he was desperate to keep the fight on his feet. Like he would never, whenever Sterling was on the ground, Peter would back up and let him get it back on his feet. So this is a man who's desperate not to. And what frustrated me with Sterling the first bout is, listen, Jan is basically telling you, we can't go to the ground. I don't want to go to the ground with you. Why are you complying with his request and staying on your feet with the man?
Bro, it's cause and effect. He couldn't get him down.
He had gotten him down, bro.
Huh? When did he get him down?
Bro, he had gotten him down in the first round.
It's cause and effect.
It wasn't a lot, but he wasn't shooting for it at the same time.
When you shoot, you taking a chance. You gotta remember, Peter Yan is smaller than him too.
Yeah.
So when you shooting on somebody that's smaller, you taking a chance.
Bro.
Maybe what's name touched him with something that made him
Sterling took a chance and Sterling took a chance and stayed on the feet with him. Look where it got him.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
From what you've seen in that fight, because you said he's gonna stop him in the third round. Do you actually think in the third round he will be fresh enough to stop Peter Yan?
The third one was actually giving Peter Yan the benefit of that, because you're right. This is a situation where Sterling has to get him out early.
Yeah.
He has to get him out early. I'm giving the third round because in reference to Peter Yan's takedown, in respect to his takedown defense.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Yan has good takedown defense. So I'm not saying it's a problem. I don't fathom Sterling being able. I think it's gonna take a few because here's the thing. Sterling also has sufficient ground game, especially in the early rounds. His ground game is on point. He puts pressure on you. So in order for Sterling to actually try to beat Yan, you have to keep that pressure on him, but less on the strikes and more with the takedowns. That's why I'm saying give him to the third round, because I think it's going to be the first round is going to be to feel him out. Mm-hmm. And I said second round is more for to wear him down. And I think third round he'll be able to get him for the submission. Because submission, you got to wear the person out to make that submission easier. I think he'd be too fresh in the first round to give a submission. I don't think, because Sterling doesn't come off as a submission artist to me. You know, some dudes they could get the submission like that. Sterling's not one of those fighters to me.
I hear what you're saying. I just think by the third round, I think if Sterling don't have him by the third round, bro, that's when
early third round, bro.
We talking Peter Yan, that's when he picking up.
No. The clock is ticking against Sterling. But what I'm saying, I see him doing it though.
I hear you. I hear him
doing it, bro.
Third round submission. Upset special.
Upset special of the week.
That's an upset special, bro.
That's an upset special of the week.
All right.
Third round submission, Sterling.
Speaking of proving grounds, bro.
This is
next fight.
This is what I don't know. This is what the fan. This is really a treat for the fans. Between this bout and the second bout, the co-main and this event, this is a treat for the fans. This is like apologizing to us for not having said.
Potentially.
Well, in terms of matchups, because we
right.
Anytime comes like we want to see, and everybody is most of you MMA fans out there are foaming at the mouth to see Sterling get sacrificed to Yan for whatever reason. So, but it's like these two those two bouts is like the UFC's apology for not having Henry Cejudo fight Volkanovski. Like, listen, what you want us to do? Take these two, man.
That's what I do. Forget about Cejudo. Look, we giving you this over here. Don't know.
We
John
got
Jones
you.
and these guys, they were great. We giving you this over here. Right here. There you go.
We got you. Don't worry about that. We got
Khamzat coming up. Khamzat, we gonna throw him in the top 10. We're gonna have him fight the number 2 guy.
It's about yo, this is it. This is a potential. Well, this is not a potential.
I said this to you before, didn't I?
What you said?
I said if he pulls this off, if Khamzat pulls this off,
title match next.
Yeah.
Title match next. Ain't nothing more to talk about.
Yeah.
Title match. This is
because I've been pointing out
contender
Khamzat
match
for I've been pointing out Khamzat for Usman.
Khamzat. Hamza, the K side, Hamza.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well, I've been picking this fight out. Him and Usman, man.
Yeah. What is Usman's full name again?
Who? Kamaru?
No, it's that Kamar's short for something else though.
Not Marty, right?
Nah. You trying to get Will Smith over there, bro?
Yeah, no, bro. That's crazy. They did our man Chris Rock dirty, right? Greasy.
Nasty, bro. Nasty.
Did our man greasy, bro?
Nasty, man. Ridiculous. Uncalled for.
Yeah.
Uncalled for. Like doing too much. Oh man, bro.
Plus the woman you already got, she already your wife. Good.
Way too much, bro.
Talk about it in the car, man. Now, man.
Way too much. But yeah, back to important events. But yeah, let's talk about it. This is the second main event. I say this is the people's co-main event.
Oh, absolutely. It's
the people's co-main event.
Like Smack, no, night of main events. Night of main. I said like Smack, not no, night of main events.
Night of main. Exactly. So, you want to go for this one or?
Now you could take it. I'll take the last one.
Okay. Yeah. So we did name this episode "Proving Ground" because this is a call where a lot of fighters are gonna have to be proving themselves. They have chips on their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Hamza put a big chip on his shoulder. He said he wants everybody, and he's gotten somebody, a real somebody, in Gilbert Burns. This guy's a ranked fighter. And
number 2. Ranked number 2 contender, right behind Kobe Covington.
Straight to the point.
Number 2.
And it's obvious that if Hamza pulls this off and beats Gilbert Burns, then this is a path to the title shot.
Fast path.
It's expressway.
5 fights.
How is he gonna do? It's easy for me to say he's gonna knock Gilbert Burns out in the first round, like he's done to everybody else. But this is his first ranked fighter.
Hard to say.
And this man might get pulled into deep waters, and we have never seen him perform in deep waters. We've been told that he's trained in deep waters, but we've never seen him in the octagon under that sort of pressure. So it's basically we're using his resume, but his resume was built off of a different caliber fight that he's about to face April 9th. Mm-hmm. That being said, I still believe he's going to pull off the victory. I still believe he's going to pull off the victory.
I think he's that dude.
No, I until you prove me wrong, I gotta say you're right. And he said that he's here to smash everybody, and so far he's been smashing everybody.
Smashing everybody.
Smashing everybody. Gilbert Burns is gonna be. This dude is an actual wrestler. And I think what was gonna make this bout unique is that this is gonna be the actual fight that's gonna allow us to see Hamza display his ground game capabilities in a way we never seen it done before. Like this is gonna be a different level. We're gonna really see him use his capabilities. That being said, I see this. This is gonna be a grappling exposition. It's gonna be. I love those ones though.
Right.
I think it's gonna be one of those situations, and I think Hamza is gonna submit this man in the second round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna give him the second round, bro. It's gonna be a grappling exchange. It's gonna end with Hamza and this, because I'm giving Gilbert Burns the benefit about to last that first round, but Hamza, if his ground game is anything like we've seen in his stand up, because Hamza puts pressure on you.
Yeah.
Unrelenting pressure. Non-stop. And he does it so effortlessly. That's what makes his fighting style so crazy. It's that I remember when he carried oh my god, I forgot his name. He carried the fighter from China, man. Damn.
Just now, the dude he just fought.
Yeah, the dude his last fight, we carried him to Dana White. To talk to Dana. That's pressure. Forgot his name. And he beat him by submission as well.
Mm.
Can't remember the dude's name, but I see him beating Gilbert by second round submission. I just think this is his time.
Mm.
I think he's the boogeyman.
Mm.
I just believe he's a boogeyman. So that's my take on him. Second round submission.
Second round submission. You know, it's crazy. As you was talking, I flip-flopped about 3 different times as you were talking, bro. It's hard to call because you're dealing with somebody that you don't really know yet. I like Burns because for every fight, especially at welterweight.
You like Burns? I think you have beef with Burns.
No. I mean, I'm not saying I like him. His last fight really annoyed me. His fight really annoyed me. Like, but he did what it took to win. And the thing with Burns, which is why I say I like him in this fight. I mean, even though I'm still going in my head of who I'm picking. The thing that I like about Burns is that he's well prepared for every fight. When he got in with Woodley, he was well prepared for that fight. Well prepared. When he got in with Kamaru, even though it didn't go his way, he was well prepared for that fight. Like he stunned him early. It's just Kamaru, like he couldn't deal with Kamaru. Like Kamaru we talking about the GOAT, right? But he had a success. That's more than we could say to a lot of people. And in his last fight, even though I didn't like the fight, he was well prepared. He knew what he had to do and he executed. So, but here's the thing. There's not enough out on Khamzat. So I think that's where he'll have an issue. And because of that, I lean towards Khamzat. Okay. Only because of that. Because there's no book out on him yet. There's no blueprint to beat him. Coming in his last game, his last fight, you seen the submission. He got to the ground and you're like, he's handling himself really well. And that was, you know, and then he has power, bro. He has a height advantage. There's a reach. He has power. I don't really know. It's interesting to see how Burns is going to deal with that. I think this is the toughest fight that you can pull out for Khamzat. Because Burns is so prepared, he's tough. Yeah. He just now fought for the title. He's beaten quite a few people. He's durable. He's versatile. He can hurt you on the ground, on the feet, and his wrestling breakdown. He could keep you down. He's tough, and he has a chip on his shoulder. He has a big chip on his shoulder. He said, "Yo, nobody wanted to fight him." He's like, he basically told Dana White, "Give me anybody." Yeah, he's hungry to get back there, bro. He cried when he lost that heavyweight title fight. You know what I'm saying? So He's in it. He's in it for the long haul. So he has a lot to prove. It's not. He cried like he wants the title shot. Like he's in his.
They say heavyweight.
No. When he fought Kamaru, like it moved him to tears. Like he's real passionate. Yeah. Like, he's not there just to, move. He's
not there for play.
It moved him to tears. He wants to get back. I would like to see him in Kofi fight. To be honest with you, but this fight is first. As passionate as he is, there's no blueprint, bro. If this thing starts to go rounds, I'll lean towards Burns. But Burns been knocked out a few times. That's happened.
If it goes to deep,
he's been knocked out a few times, and at a lighter weight class too. So I'm gonna take Khamzat on this one. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna assume he's the guy. He's the guy. I said that I want to see him in an Usman fight. In order for that to happen, he gotta bag this fight up, and I'll pick him to bag it up. But it's gonna be a toughie though.
We did say experience will carry him through, but that being said, it will be interesting. But so you also say second round.
I didn't give a round, did I?
You didn't give a round.
Yeah, Earl. I think he'll hurt him somewhere in the first, and he'll finish him in a second. He'll take him back to that place where he don't want to be, and then finish him off in that second round.
Knockout, submission. How we do? How's it going down?
Knockout.
TKO, knockout.
Yeah. But you know the thing is,
TKO.
TKO. But you know this right now, Hamzat, he's full of surprises, man. The way he choked that dude out, he handled himself on it. But that dude was, Hamzat right now is number 11, man. His levels. So
that's what I'm saying. This is the first time this is his program, like you said. This is gonna be a situation where we're gonna see if Hamzat's really that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, guys. For the main event, my man Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. I had Volkanovski beating the Korean Zombie by 4th round submission. Kev said 5th round decision.
Decision, yeah.
But it's going to Volkanovski as well.
Volkanovski clearly.
Yeah, we both agree on that.
Competitive early, whitewash rounds 3 through 5.
We both agreed on that one, but we disagreed on the people's main event.
The real main event.
The real main event. You're right. The people's main event. Sterling versus Jan. My man my man Kev had the typical prediction, you know.
For anybody that actually saw the first fight, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it too. Jan, what was Jan?
Wait. Let me cut you off. I didn't cut you off. Did you watch the entire fight this time? Because last time I spoke to you, you was all excited after watching the first round. I'm like, wait, you only watched the first round?
No. Let me clear. I said, because we were doing research for the show, I said I haven't gotten a chance to finish watching it because I think my internet connection got down. Something happened.
Yeah.
Yes, I got to finish watching it.
But you was real excited after the first. Did you? I just want to make sure. Did you see the next 3 rounds?
I saw all the rounds, bro. I saw all the rounds.
Make sure. You reiterate your prediction.
How you saw Jan winning again?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
I had 3rd
round.
round, late 3rd knockout.
Late third knockout. Not even a TK you're giving him.
Head kick. No, it could be a time out. I know there's a difference. When I say knockout, I mean, if the referee's stopping it because you're getting drugged, that's
Stop is TKO, isn't it?
It is, but knockout is knockout to me.
When I hear knockout, I'm thinking the guy's like cold on the floor. That's knockout, bro. Night.
Yo, it's gonna be a leg kick, a head kick. Whether the referee stop it or he sleep, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna catch him coming out, going backwards. Bow.
Well,
might be some.
I got the upsets.
Yeah.
You know, if the ref is coming, Jan is doing that. But Jan is definitely doing that. But I got the upset special. I see Sterling pulling through. I see him relying more on his ground game this time. I think it's gonna throw off Jan's game plan. It's gonna result in a 3rd round submission by Sterling.
Okay.
And then
I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to.
Hey,
that's the fight right there, bro.
That's the
I might
fight.
turn it off. I might turn the TV off after that.
Nah, you can't. You can't. You got to see because you never know. Zombie might pull something off. Who knows? He might pull it off, bro.
He might turn into an exciting fight, but man, it's going to end up with guy. So the next fight,
the People's Co-Main, I call it.
Yeah. Proving Grounds 101.
Proving Grounds. Burns versus Hamzat. And we both agree that Hamzat is gonna take it. I believe we agreed on the round 2. I said 2nd round.
Yeah, 2nd. Yeah, we both said 2nd. Yeah.
I said 2nd round as well. I said it was by submission.
Yeah. I said knockout. I said he would hurt him at the end of the 1st and then finish him in the 2nd. That's what I'm going with.
It could also be a knockout. I just see a submission in his future. I see him able to pull it off because I just see that it's gonna that grappling exchange is gonna be crazy to me.
You might be right. This Hamzat is full of surprises. We still learning. This is a book we read somewhere in the beginning of this book right now.
he might learn. He might learn that night. Who knows? He might get a lesson himself. So
Gilbert is always
a lot of this night can have a lot of left turns. So
except for the
we all gotta tune in. All of them can have a lot of left turns. We give everybody we giving no one the benefit of the doubt here. That being said, We'll catch you guys on the other side of the UFC 273 bout with the post show. We'll go over what went down, analyze the predictions, what we went wrong, what we went right. Until then, there's been Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. Please spread the word. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button so that when we come with new content, you'll know when we coming out. You can also catch us on Instagram. Till then, guys, this is Shell signing off. Kev.
UFC 273. Catch us for that post-fight.
Post-fight night.
Word.
Let's see what went down. Peace. No doubt.